Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. What's been happening behind the scenes in the NFL, especially in the NFC North, is nothing short of seismic. Rumors are swirling. Whispers from league insiders are pointing to a blockbuster trade that could reshape the division's landscape. And it involves none other than the Las Vegas Raiders and our very own Chicago Bears. That's right, the Bears are making moves and they're aiming high, potentially adding a game-changing edge rusher who could elevate their defense to new heights. And who is that? Max Crosby. The Raiders' star pass rusher, who has been a dominant force since being drafted out of Eastern Michigan in 2019, is reportedly on his way to Chicago. This isn't just a simple swap. It's a strategic move that could propel the Bears into serious playoff contention, with hopes of a deep run and a shot at the Super Bowl. Let's break down what this really means. The Raiders, currently sitting at a dismal 1-5, are in full tank mode after a tough start to the season. Their quarterback situation has been a roller coaster, with Gardner Minshew taking snaps but unable to turn the tide for Las Vegas. Their defense, which has been giving up an alarming 32 sacks so far this season, ranks 31st in the NFL in that category. That's a huge problem for a team trying to compete in any game, let alone a playoff one. With that in mind, trading Crosby, a top-tier edge rusher, makes a lot of sense for the Raiders. They're clearing cap space, roughly $15 million, and acquiring draft picks to rebuild the team from the ground up. And the pick they're sending to Chicago, a third-rounder in 2026. That's a significant asset, especially for a team looking to rebuild and develop young talent. For the Bears, it's a calculated risk that could pay off massively. They sit at a solid 3-3 record, and with the right additions, they're positioning themselves as serious contenders in the NFC. Adding Crosby to a defense that already has Montez Sweat, a talented pass rusher in his own right, creates a formidable duo that could terrorize quarterbacks. And that's exactly what Chicago needs right now. The injury bug has been biting hard, especially at the linebacker and edge positions. With Swift's injury being questionable heading into Week 7, Jarrett sidelined indefinitely, and Kramer Jr. Dealing with a foot injury, the Bears need that extra punch off the edge to keep their defense competitive. Their cap space of around $16 million gives them some flexibility to incorporate Crosby without sacrificing too much elsewhere. Now, Crosby's impact isn't just about raw stats. This guy has been a top 10 PFF pass rusher for 3 straight seasons, and in 2025, he's been nothing short of elite. Just last year, he racked up 10 sacks, which ranks him second in the NFL, and his overall pressure rate is among the best in the league. In Week 4 against the Browns, he recorded 7 pressures and 2 sacks, showing his ability to take over games. His career totals, 75 sacks and 100 tackles for loss, are proof of his consistency and dominance. He's a player who bends the arc of wins, with a win rate of around 70%, and his ability to pressure quarterbacks, especially mobile ones, makes him a nightmare for offensive lines. The Bears, in their quest to boost their pass rush, see Crosby as a potential game-changer, a true X-factor that can elevate their defense to top-tier levels. And let's talk about the strategic implications. This move could push the Bears' sack total up significantly, projected to around 40 sacks for the season if Crosby joins Sweat and Dexter, who's been a bright spot with 40 tackles this year. That would be a huge improvement from their current ranking at 25th in sacks. More pressure on opposing quarterbacks means fewer easy completions, less time to set up, and more turnovers. It's a formula that could reduce points allowed per game from over 25 to perhaps closer to 22 or 23, which is a game changer in close contests. The Bears' defense, with the addition of Crosby, might become a nightmare for offenses, especially in critical moments. Their ability to generate pressure, combined with the scheme under Eberflus, could make them one of the most feared defenses in the league, boosting their chances of making a deep playoff run. Now, the ripple effects go beyond just the Bears and Raiders. This trade could shift the power dynamics in the NFC North. The Vikings and Lions are both formidable teams, but a stronger Bears defense changes the calculus. For the Bears, it's about building that identity, about proving they can compete with the best. And with Crosby's addition, they're sending a message. They're not just here to participate, they're here to contend. The odds for the Super Bowl have already shifted, dropping from plus 7,000 to plus 3,000, which indicates how much faith the betting markets are putting into this potential move. The NFC as a whole, especially with NFC favorites at plus 300, now has to reckon with a Chicago Bears team that's no longer just a middle-of-the-pack squad, but a legit contender with a game-changing edge rusher. This trade also ties into the broader strategy of the Bears under general manager Ryan Poles. The team has been aggressive in reshaping the roster, investing in young talent and adding strategic veterans like Crosby. The goal is clear: to create a balanced, versatile team capable of winning in multiple ways. The defense, with Crosby anchoring the pass rush, can set the tone for the entire team, creating turnovers and giving the offense more opportunities to score. It's a holistic approach that can elevate the entire franchise. And let's not forget, adding Crosby with his elite speed and pass-rushing ability is reminiscent of some of the best edge rushers in NFL history, like J.J. Watt at his peak. His burst off the line, his bend around the arc, and his relentless pursuit make him a perfect fit for the Bears' defensive scheme. Looking ahead, this move could be the catalyst that transforms the Bears from a promising team into legitimate contenders. The AFC West might be in chaos with the Raiders tanking, but in the NFC North, the Bears are positioning themselves to rise above. Crosby's addition not only boosts their immediate chances, but also sends a message to the rest of the league. Chicago isn't just building for the future, they're building to win now. The team's fans, who have endured a lot over recent seasons, are finally getting a glimpse of that potential. This is the kind of move that energizes the fan base, ignites hope, and reminds everyone that the Bears have a rich history of defense and greatness. They're back in the conversation, and with Crosby in the mix, the outlook is brighter than ever. As we look at the bigger picture, it's fascinating to see how this trade fits into the NFL's broader trends. Teams are becoming more aggressive, more strategic in targeting players who can make an immediate impact. For the Bears, acquiring Crosby is about more than just stacking talent. It's about making a statement. It's about saying, we're here to compete and we're not backing down. The division rivals will have to respond, and the NFC North is about to become even more competitive. The Lions and Vikings will need to step up, but the Bears, with their strengthened pass rush, could be the team to beat in the coming months. And what about the fans? Oh, they're buzzing. The energy in Chicago is palpable. This move could be the turning point they've been waiting for. Imagine the roar of the Soldier Field crowd when Crosby lines up across from the opposing offensive line. Imagine the pressure mounting on quarterbacks, knowing that the Bears' front is now one of the most formidable in the league. That's the kind of defense that can carry a team deep into the playoffs, and perhaps even all the way to the Super Bowl. And it's not just about individual stats, it's about the team playing complementary football with a relentless pass rush setting the tone for everything else. Of course, we have to keep an eye on the injury reports and how quickly Crosby can settle into the scheme. But if he's healthy and motivated, there's no doubt he can be a difference maker. His ability to rush the passer, combined with Sweat's talent and the emerging play of Dexter, creates a formidable front that can dominate games. Plus, with the coaching staff's emphasis on creating pressure and disrupting rhythm, Crosby's presence could be the final piece to unlock the Bears' full defensive potential. This is the kind of strategic move that can turn a good team into a great one, and for fans who have been waiting for that breakthrough, it's almost here. And don't forget, the NFL is a league where one player can change everything. The right pass rusher can alter how offenses gameplan, how they call plays, and even how they view their entire season. Crosby has that kind of impact potential. His elite speed, his relentless pursuit, and his knack for getting to the quarterback make him a perfect fit for the Bears' ambitions. It's a move that could have ripple effects in the NFC, shaking up the playoff picture and making the NFC North one of the most exciting divisions to watch this season. Now, as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to emphasize that this isn't just speculation. It's about strategic moves, about teams making calculated decisions to position themselves for success. The Bears are clearly aiming high, and adding Crosby could be that piece that pushes them over the edge. It's a bold move, but in the NFL, sometimes you have to take risks to achieve greatness. The fans in Chicago are hoping this is the start of something special, a new era of dominance, a return to the glory days, and a real shot at that Super Bowl trophy. Everyone's eyes are on Soldier Field now, waiting to see how this story unfolds. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster trade? Do you believe Crosby can be the game changer the Bears need? How do you see this impacting their chances in the playoffs? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. The NFL season is heating up, and with moves like these, it's about to get even more exciting. Thanks for being with us, and as always, bear down.